Okay, so actor in a leading role. This is, again, a really interesting category. Christian Bale in American Hustle, Bruce Dern in Nebraska, Leo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street, Chiwetel Ejiofor, maybe I got that right, 12 Years a Slave, and Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. I want to say that I think Leo DiCaprio must be the unluckiest person in the world. Every year he's in a great movie, and every year he has an amazing performance. And I think this is one of his best performances. He ain't going to win.
This is my favorite of his since Gilbert
far.
Grape.
Yeah.
Like, that long.
And I don't know what he's got to do to win an Oscar. I have no idea. Like, there's years when he just, like, it's clear that he's in a movie just because he thinks it will win him an Oscar. This year, I think he really did a great movie and did a great job in it. Mm-hmm. And he's up against every other person in that category I'd probably vote for before him.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't been too crazy about his Oscar bait heavy weather stuff. I just didn't really buy it. But this character was right down his wheelhouse. Yeah. But even he still surprised me. Like, I didn't know he could do physical comedy so well. And the lemon scene we're all joking about, that is a brilliant slapstick. It's like Blake Edwards meets William Burroughs. It just goes to this incredibly dark, twisted place, and the camera just lingers lingers on him, and then it goes to the house where just all this crazy stuff.
I can't wait to see some behind the scenes of that scene. I really want to see some of that.
So of these, I mean, Christian Bale, I wouldn't have nominated him. I thought it was a fun performance. I thought after all the years of being trapped in the bat suit, he was clearly having fun playing a goofy character with a pot belly and a bad hairpiece that had a mind of its own. DiCaprio is probably my favorite. I think, and Chiwetel Ejiofor was wonderful as well. I guess McConaughey's the favorite. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought McConaughey was amazing, but I also have to talk about Bruce Dern because, again, I have that grandpa. Like that the scene in Nebraska where they're all sitting in the living room and all just staring at a TV screen, and
all the men watching the football,
like talking about cars they had 20 years ago. I've been in that living room.
I have too.
It is 100% accurate to life, and it's just like they captured it so perfectly. And Bruce Dern just has this. He has this sort of puppy dog expression on his face the whole time, but at the same time, you sort of learn that he's still in there somewhere, and he's not totally gone. He's not just, but he has hopes and dreams still, and he's trying desperately to make them happen. And I loved that performance, and I loved that movie. But I got to say, McConaughey was just so amazing in Dallas Buyers Club. Like, I've always I've always liked Matthew McConaughey, and sometimes he's in sort of cheesy roles that aren't really living up to who he actually can be. But the last 5 years or so, he's really been focusing on
the last 12 months.
I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you. You don't think I'm a great actor? Let me show you how great an actor I am.
From Magic Mike on.
I'd say being a Tropic Thunder. Just
I love him
with
Tropic
the
Thunder.
T-bone.
I mean, just everything he's choosing to be in right now, and this movie in particular is playing someone who's the struggle in that film is him. It's his struggle. He's the one struggling with himself. The external conflict is totally secondary to the internal struggle that he has with the choices he made and who he is on the inside versus who he is on the outside and who he wants people to see him as. And I would vote for Matthew McConaughey, but of course Chiwetel Ejiofor is amazing. Like you cannot help but feel for him. But at the same time, I wonder if his performance is more a vessel for everything else happening in the movie. It's like he's the thing in the middle that it's like everything else it's all external forces that, like would you feel bad for anyone in that position? Like, I don't know. I think his performance is really great, but I don't know.
There are a couple scenes that I'll argue, and I mean, we try not to spoil too much, but that role, and I've mentioned this before, I'm just repeating myself just in case you haven't seen the other episodes, is such a physical role. There's so many different scenes in that movie where you are not acting at a certain point. You are physically living through that experience. Whether there's some trickery involved in that, you are selling that to an audience. And then there's the emotional part of his performance. The last scene of that movie, I bawled my eyes out. I fought it. I was like, I'm not going to cry at this movie. There's no reason why I should be crying. I can handle this. And I started crying. It's just the depth of his emotion, not only physically, but also, there's a spiritual part of his character that just takes this journey that just seems so believable, and you just want every good thing to happen to him from there on out, and then that final scene happens, and you're just like, you're just kind of like, yes, good, this is great.
He does so much with his eyes.
His eyes, yeah.
Oh yeah, in that movie.
His facial expressions just through the whole movie are so heartbreaking. It's like, and he's so. The journey he takes from, I'm a person, I am not a slave, I'm a free man, and you can't do this to me, to, yes, sir, is so tortured.
Yeah, he has to absorb himself back into that world, and it's such a struggle. And then when you realize that he's in it, and then has to get out of it again, it's just sort of that come and go of that performance that's just so it's such an emotional role that you can't get away from it.
I was blown away reading that they filmed all the free scenes first, including the end, before he went back and did all the scenes set in slavery, and that's just actorly craft that blows my mind all the time as well. But there are a couple that I want to throw in that should have taken Christian Bale's spot. I really loved Joaquin Phoenix in Her, and I'm not usually a huge fan of his. And there's so many great actor performances that we could list a bunch. Mads Mikkelsen in The Hunt was incredible, and the one that really killed me that didn't get nominated was Michael B. Jordan in Fruitvale Station, which. He carries the film. He's in every scene. It's about him, about this character. And I remember him from The Wire and thinking, oh, why did he have to leave after one season? I hated the fact that he left after one season. He was so commanding, and he is just amazing in this film, and really, really should have been nominated.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Of course, I can't believe that Joaquin Phoenix wasn't nominated here. I mean, he's literally playing to nothing. Like maybe somebody's talking to him off screen.
Oh yeah.
Samantha Morton played the voice originally, and then they changed it. Yeah.
But like you never once question he's really in love with this, and it doesn't. I think you could read it as creepy. I don't think it ever plays as creepy. He's just a guy that's in love, and he's enjoying this. I mean, I was a little creeped out.
I'm the guy probably at this table that had probably a hard time with Her for many different reasons. But yeah, nomination-wise, because by the end of the movie, I was like, that was a pretty good performance.
Yeah,
I was like, what is he gonna? Is he gonna keep acting? Because he's kind of had that come and go with his career.
Well, and I also wonder if that whole "I'm not there" thing, or whatever that movie was called, with the sort of fake documentary that he made with.
I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like, we got some of the words.
Is that maybe sort of like, he made this whole fake thing, and he's sort of
he LaBeoufed before LaBeouf.
Yeah. Is that is that why he wasn't nominated? That people remember that and are sort of. Maybe sort of leaving him at the bottom of the list for
he was
that
nominated
reason.
for The Master, which was
that's
after
true.
That. That's true.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
Here's a question, and I don't know the answer to it. Has anyone ever won Best Actor, Oscar, and Emmy the same year? Because McConaughey could win for Dallas Buyers Club, and he could win for True Detective.
Yeah. That's true.
That would be amazing.
And he's having a great year.
He just needs to make an album now.
Oh, goodness.
So will win, should win real quick. I think I'm going with McConaughey for both of these. I think will win, should win. I loved Bruce Dern. I loved Ejiofor, but I think just McConaughey's performance is the one that really struck me as the most complex all the way through.
I think based on the fact that I will pretty much at this point watch Matthew McConaughey in anything. I think he should win. I think Chiwetel will probably win. I think so. I think, yeah. Those are the two I would be fighting against. Although I was very entertained by Leo DiCaprio, but again, cursed.
Yeah, should win DiCaprio, will win McConaughey.
I'm going to go with Ejiofor for both.
Yeah,
I think he's going to win this one.
It's just it's kind of hard to choose between the two. For me, it's different reasons. You know, like because I mean, I got kind of worked up by talking about 12 Years a Slave, so it's still obviously stuck with me. But I was just I don't know, the transformation that McConaughey's character takes. Not only, I mean, that's another physical role. I mean, he lost all that weight.
Yeah,
you know, and they filmed it sort of in reverse as he gained weight back. You know, that's not easy. Especially someone of his sexy physique, you know. To let go of that is you know, it's gotta be hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's not obviously the first person to do that, but his range is pretty crazy.
Tend to be rewarded.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. A Place for Film is recorded at WFIU Studios in Bloomington, Indiana.